Yeah, you know what's tougher than playoff hockey is our 0-3 volleyball team.
Yeah, it's tough.
We'll get one. Doesn't matter. Everyone makes playoffs. It doesn't matter.
We're in the
end.
best position because we are improving each week, and we're 0-3, so no one's going to take us serious come playoff time, and we're going to run the table.
And apparently in playoffs, it's like 2 games a night if you keep going. Like, you just keep playing.
You don't got to wait a week.
I think
the loss.
I kind of want to come watch playoffs.
It's pretty fun.
When is it? How many games do you have left?
It ends like towards the end of July. So
we're not even halfway yet.
We've only played 3.
Dave did say that if I don't know if he meant next week, but he said the first games that we win, like the series, he's buying a round for the whole team.
Really?
And then he's like, Dan, you gonna do it? And Diane said yes. And I think Greg also chipped in, so we'll have 3 drinks from the Gibbuses.
So for those of you that don't know, Yelly, Will, Cuddy, Dave, and some other people are in a volleyball league. Me and Frizz, though, we're not playing. We're not volleyballers, but we just hear the stories of their matches. And I think right now they're 0-3.
Yep,
so
you got that right. We're 0-3.
Not off to a hot start.
We're getting so much better, though, each week. You should have seen us week 1. We were horrendous. And then last night we actually were rallying and making plays. So
Are you the setter or are you the spiker?
No,
Yelly's
kind of everything.
Yelly, when the ball goes to Yelly, he just bobs it right back over.
Yeah.
Just one touch. Just
One
get
touch.
it back
That's
over.
kind of the strategy.
Is that this? Yeah, you just don't want to.
You don't want too much.
Minimize
Usually when we
errors.
have 2+ hits,
It's dicey.
it's dicey because it's got to go. Has to touch a girl before it goes over, unless a guy just does it in 1 over. Can't be 2 guys and over. I did that twice last night.
Yeah.
Just by reaction.
Yeah, that is
I
hard
just
to
did one of these and then
get used to.
he gives you the double kazoo. The
He's
ref
got
has
a duck.
kazoo.
Oh,
I think it's is it the one guy had a freaking duck call.
It's
Oh,
more.
that's
It
funny.
sounds like a kazoo.
That one might have been a kazoo. You're right.
That's so funny.
He's like, and you can't serve until he kazoos, and then when you get a point, he's like, meep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
The first ref we had in week 1, it was a legit duck call. It was kind of funny whenever he would.
That's so Minnesotan.
Yeah, it was good.
you have to wait to serve until you hear the duck call,
Yeah.
just to
That's
keep the pace of
funny.
play.
How high is the net? How hard is it for you guys
It's probably 8
to
feet tall.
block?
I think it's a
Can you guys
regulation.
block? Do you block?
You can, but no one has, and I
We
don't
don't
think we
block.
ever will. It's
So like a little when you're in D volleyball, you kind of it's against the unwritten rules of don't block.
It's pretty hard to get up on the net too, because the sand towards the end of the night when you have the later game, it gets so buried.
yeah.
Oh
So
yeah.
it's actually like a valley in the middle of
Yeah.
the court. So it's even another like
Yeah.
4-inch jump.
I almost had our team's first spike last night. Had it, but it hit the net, so they called it off.
So when you guys make it into playoffs, we're gonna go through the volleyball playoff frenzy, and then we're gonna go over and analyze your games. We'll film it. We'll get footage. We'll break it down. We'll find out who the cancers are on your team. Make sure that you give them a hard time. And
I would say
That's
we're
how
all
I'll
at
do it.
about 60%, like being able to play, like our bumps or sets or
Yeah.
whatever it is. We're all about 60%. And throughout that's not good enough for the whole team.
Like I said, we are so close to breaking through
We're
this
close.
ceiling. We were so close. Last night was so close to breaking through, but we lost all 3 games.
Yeah.
By a little
It's
bit.
the worst too because it's a best of 3 every night. So when you lose the first 2, then you just have to play
You
the
gotta
game
play
for
3.
fun. It's just like that was the one we always win too. Usually
Yeah.
the last one. It doesn't matter.
'Cause the other team doesn't care anymore. But
Just
we'll
figure
get
out
a win.
this.
We'll figure it out.
We'll get a win here eventually. We'll keep updating you guys each week on how we do. But as of right now, we're 0-3.
We are going to make a comeback though, just like our friends in Edmonton.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Hot comeback.
Holy, 5 unanswered last night and at home in Game 4 to tie the series. That was kind of you can't go down 3-1. And when they were down 2-0, I was very scared for the Oilers. And then I look again and it's 5-2. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah. Yesterday I was on TikTok Live and someone asked about how important is that game, like that specific game where it's kind of a swing game almost, where
Yeah.
if you go down 3-1 like you said, especially at home for Edmonton last night, that's hard to come back in a series. So
Yeah, the fans are going absolutely crazy. like I can't remember what the area is called outside of the arena.
It's the Moss Pit.
Yeah, the
Moss?
Moss Pit.
Moss.
Like Joey Moss.
Oh.
Oh, I didn't.
That super fan.
Okay.
Oh, really? I didn't know why it was called
years
that.
and years
but
and years.
That's
but yeah,
interesting.
Instead of
that-
Mosh Pit, they
that
named it
place
after
looks
him.
funny.
crazy. That
Yeah.
looks like a lot of fun.
I feel like they have panned a few times because they have the watch party even on away games there, and the people in the front row that you can see, they're like legit face. There's someone that was like dressed as a Stanley Cup and face paint, like
Diehards.
crazy. Yeah, diehards.
Do you think the Moss Pit is crazier than the Whiteout Alley or whatever you call it in Winnipeg?
I don't know. I haven't been. The whiteout at its prime was 15,000 people. Like a quarter of downtown was shut down.
Damn.
So like I think the Moss Pit is a little more controlled, but it's definitely still like
think the
controlled with numbers.
The
I'd
Moss
say.
Pit's more like Maple Leaf Square.
Yeah.
There's like an
Mhm.
actual area outside of the arena.
Yeah.
The Whiteout's on a street.
Yeah, they just shut
Right.
down the streets.
Yeah.
But no, I think that's good. The fans needed that. It was very entertaining, and
We're spoiled. We're
Yeah.
spoiled hockey fans right now.
Yeah,
Couple
and
2-2 conference final series.
Yeah, it's the best. That's what heard PK said on an interview.
We're spoiled. That's what he said.
Yeah,
basically.
no, he said that it's good for hockey. It's his
Yeah.
favorite thing when the conference finals are 2-2.
Willie, didn't you say that this year so far? Obviously, the playoffs are not quite over yet, but didn't you say that the views or like ratings for people watching?
I think it's
like the highest.
I saw it's been the most watched playoffs like ever.
Yeah, I can see
That's
that.
pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how much of it is because like the hockey's just really good this playoffs, or is there?
Well, I
I
because
don't know
like
what it is.
I think
fan
there's a lot
clubs
of
talking
media-
about it.
Media. I think the media. I was telling this when Will first said that because I was like, it's like guys like Biz and TNT. Like I think that draws a lot of people.
Pat
I think
McAfee's
watching.
been going
McAfee.
crazy with
I
it.
think it has been helpful having ESPN and TNT. They're both switching off between the hockey games and the NBA games. And it's just been like every single night on one of those channels, you're either watching hockey or basketball.
Yeah.
Obviously, basketball still reigns supreme for
Yeah.
viewings and ratings and all that. But I think it's definitely been a help having that relationship between the NHL broadcasters on TNT with the Charles Barkley and Shaq crew.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Mhm.
They're doing something right.
Gary Batman.
As well as
And they're
that-
like giving jerseys, like the McDavid and Draisaitl, or Hyman and Draisaitl giving jerseys to Barkley and Shaq.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guy Highway man.
On
eh?
that NBA broadcast. Like,
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
It's good for hockey.
It's good for hockey.
and the
As
old
PK
Stanley
said.
Cup tour. That's been all over social
Yeah,
media.
that too. Yeah, I think like we always had talked about how NHL hockey's like a little behind of those other leagues of how well they do the marketing and spread out all the social media and how fun they are with it. But like you said, I think they have picked up, and that's probably catching up with them now, how they're sending that cup to Pointer Brothers. And
Tim.
it's in so many different hands. I feel like that thing is bouncing around. I feel like everyone we know
Yeah.
has got that thing
Uh-huh.
somehow, and they're just, yeah, and I think that helps for sure.
Yeah, because we were laughing at some of the stories we've seen from Tim with the Stanley Cup, and then obviously Pointer Brothers. But then, kind of like what you just mentioned about how NHL is picking up their social media side when it comes to like doing those funny little interactions, bringing the cup to different people. It's kind of funny when we were at the Indy 500, we saw the NBA trophy on the grid.
yeah.
That that's a prime example of like kind of boosting your league by doing like crossovers between sports.
We saw Larry and Stanley are making their rounds.
Uh-huh.
That's what the
It's
Larry.
like Larry O'Brien, I think. it
Yeah,
is.
that's what it
Yeah.
is.
Larry and Stanley.
It's pretty funny.
Popular guys right now.
That's awesome. So, what would you say the play of the game was in Edmonton last night?
It's got to be that stick.
Oh yeah, I saw
It's
that.
got to be Otter's stick.
I saw that
That
on
was
social
crazy.
media.
Insane. I don't know how that
That's luck.
happens. It's
That's
just all
luck.
luck.
That's like more lucky. You know how like when goalies, if the player hits the post, they'll kiss it or rub the post.
I
Like,
didn't see this.
what do you
I
do
didn't
in that
see it.
sense? Like his stick was like, he somehow dropped his stick in the middle of the play and it ended up behind him and made the save. Like, is that counts as a save, doesn't it?
I have no idea, but it's no goal.
Yeah, does
That's
that
all that
count?
matters.
Does that count as a save? That's a good question, actually.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if
I
it's
feel
Shot
like
on
it
net,
does.
it's not
save.
attached.
Yeah, I don't know, but Was it McDavid that shot that, or who ended up shooting that puck? Or
I can't even remember. I just remember seeing the stick.
Oh yeah, remember we watched that from inside, or like we were at the picnic table, and we were like, oh, it hit the two posts.
oh, the kid! I do remember that play.
Yeah,
then that's
yeah,
what it was.
a
It was a
stick because
stick.
we could only see like the 3/4 up from the TV, and we're like, how it hit the post? No, that's crazy. Damn.
Guess it didn't really matter too much.
Didn't matter, but that I still think that was.
Imagine
play.
if that like was the point in the game where that goal was like the deciding factor. If
Oh,
Edmonton
I know.
won or
that's
lost.
the hockey gods right there.
It could have been.
if that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
love
insane.
I love those moments in games when something happens that's once in a 10-year thing. Like it's so crazy and lucky that the stick wasn't behind the line or that it was right there. And even that the puck didn't slide underneath. I don't know how heavy goalie sticks are, but I would have thought even if the stick was like on the ground, because the puck can get under a little bit. Like the
Or
goalie
even
stick's
just
shaped in a way.
Push it in.
Yeah, the goalie stick's shaped in a way where I figured that if it was just there, the puck would still go underneath it.
It literally has to be the perfect physics for that goal
Yeah.
to not go in. If that puck was any harder, it probably would have went in.
Yeah. Well, hopefully
I
whoever
don't know.
shot that has already scored a handful of goals in the playoffs, and that doesn't affect his bonus for hitting
McDavid.
something. I was McDavid shot it. Okay, he's fine. He had 3 points last night. 3
Crazy.
assists.
You think his wife saw that, Lawson, or fiance?
Well, no, it's not actually. I corrected myself. I said earlier that it was his wife, but fun fact, I got this from Emma last night, was that she would know this, not like any of us would know this, but McDavid's fiance, guess where she watched the game from yesterday?
Is this like a crazy guess that I would have to pull off?
Yeah, you're not going to guess it.
Oh, gosh. Winkler, Manitoba.
No. Guess, Will.
Mexico. I have
Closer.
No idea.
Oh, he's closer?
yeah.
I
Somewhere
don't
cool?
know on a
Different
map.
country.
She was in
Monaco?
yeah, she wasn't watching from Edmonton, which you would think that would be the case.
Is it his wife?
Fiance.
Fiance?
She was dress shopping again from Emma in London,
London.
in the UK.
London,
Come
England?
on.
Yeah.
She went all the way to London to go look for a dress.
Yeah, that's probably where they have the best dresses. And when you got the money to go dress shopping in Europe,
Money's
you're
king.
gonna go dress shopping in Europe. But
Yeah.
it did surprise me that probably something that had been planned and scheduled for a long time.
Hopefully she was not doing that, thinking that Edmonton wouldn't be in the play. Maybe they scheduled that wedding shopping dress like the first 2 weeks of the season when they were 0-10.
I'm sure you got to book ahead or something.
Yeah, for
But it
sure.
did surprise me that she would be, I don't know, just you're obviously
She
going to miss
was-
games and stuff, but
Emma
being on
did
like
say she was with some other hockey wags as well.
yeah,
What is a wag? Explain that.
So wag is a term. It could be in any sports, but they just kind of wife and girlfriend. So it's just like they all sit in the same section at games or dress up
Wags.
together or all that stuff. So
It's a funny term.
McDavid's fiance and a couple of the other wags and McDavid's mom was there on the trip.
How about McDavid's brother, our friend?
He was probably in Edmonton.
Yeah, I hope so.
wag that's a word that it sounds worse than what it actually is.
For
sure.
I always thought it was like a bad word, and then when you break it down, it's like
It's just an acronym.
it's
Yeah.
just an acronym. But yeah,
Dang. Good insight.
fun fact
Good
from
insight.
Thank you,
Emma.
Emma, for
We'll
that.
have to
talking
keep.
point.
Well, hey, you should let us know when they officially get married. We got to check that dress out.
Yeah, all the way from London.
Yeah, and she was watching the game though, because I crept to Instagram, had a little story, watching on the laptop in the hotel room. That's how
Late
it worked.
night.
Well, let's hope that McDavid and his fiance aren't superstitious because that was his best game in the playoffs so far. So he might have to ship around to different countries the rest of the playoffs.
Wonder if he's probably getting married this summer.
Yeah.
McDavid ain't getting married during the hockey season.
Do
No. He
some
wouldn't allow
do
it.
some players do that?
I don't know.
I
just feel like
doubt it.
most
That'd
are
be
in the
hard.
summer.
Yeah, actually, there's probably no way.
There's always
No.
posts in the summer of players getting married. That'd be way
Yeah.
too hard.
Wasn't it last summer or something? There was I think it was Brady Tkachuk got married, and
Makar's getting married this summer.
is he? Because it was Tkachuk, like Mark Stone was there, like a bunch of crossovers from like different players.
Mm-hmm.
The Leafs.
Because
There's
it was
some
right
Leafs
after
there.
it was after Vegas won.
Marner got married, I think, last summer.
Yeah.
Maybe it's 2 already. I don't know.
Yeah, just to get back to the Brady Tkachuk quickly, because I remember it was because obviously Matthew Tkachuk, Florida Panthers lost to Vegas, and it was that summer when Vegas beat the Panthers in the Stanley Cup Finals, and then Stone was at the wedding and all that.
Yeah, and they fought.
That'd be pissed on the dance floor. You're dancing, and you look over, and Stone's giving you the ring, the Stanley
He's
Cup
like
ring
this.
dance. Tough. Well, Panthers will get it this year, hey?
We'll see. Big one tonight.
Yeah, it is a big
Wait,
one.
before that, what are you talking about? This AI thing on the
Oh.
jumbotron.
I didn't write that.
Is that you,
Is
Stanley,
that
over
Cuddy?
there?
What's this jumbotron AI?
Oh, he's pulling out his phone.
I
This must be crazy.
definitely did not see
Did they
that.
have a watch party at the airline center?
Where did you get this fact from? You must have been up all night looking for factoids.
So instead of the actual game, they were watching the AI.
AI's taking over the world.
Hmm.
What is this?
I'm still trying to comprehend what this
I have
means.
a feeling it's like the NFL like Toy Story game.
Yeah, that's what I was picturing too when I saw the
Or
little
the whatever.
AI thing.
So
What would they
why
be?
aren't they just watching the actual game?
They are. It was on the screen,
Cuddy says it's on the screen.
You got it for us?
and they just had dots on the ice where the players.
Oh, it's actually on the ice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, you wrote Jumbotron.
Yeah.
So they're watching the game on the Jumbotron.
The game was on the jumbotron, and they had
Oh.
the dots on the ice where the people.
That's
That's
cool.
cool. That's cool.
That's
Okay.
that's
That's cool.
crazy.
We take back our probably.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So to break it down, what Cuddy just said, the game's on the jumbotron, and they have spotlights pretty much tracking the players that are
Wow.
actually on the ice, and those lights are moving around, which I don't know. Besides looking at moving lights, if that's really fun to watch
It'd be
or
fun
not,
to watch for a
it's
bit, I
cool.
could see.
But it's kind of funny because could you see the puck even?
There it is. He's got
Wow,
Okay, yeah, that is cool.
is it cool?
it. It'd be cool if it had like their number or something.
It does.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow, this
Dallas-
is okay.
They're in the
We got green circles and
they're in
orange
the
circles.
defensive zone right
And there's
now.
a puck.
Oh my gosh, that is sick.
Okay,
Okay, that's sick.
actually really cool.
They did really well with that.
And then up, you can see.
Wow, that is really
And on the
cool.
Jumbotron is the game.
Okay, this video has to be up if you're watching on YouTube at least, so you can see this
Yeah.
right here because
that's
this is
cool.
what we're talking about.
Good job, Dallas. Airline Center.
All right, Cuddy, you got to save that because we got to put it right here.
Yeah, that was very cool.
That's like what they have that on TV sometimes. They like have those little
Look,
dots
it
going
reminded
around.
me of NHL because it had the puck tail behind it, like the small
Mhm.
little shadow that follows the puck, and they did
Yeah.
a stretch pass.
Good
and
touch.
You see it buzzing behind.
Maybe other
Yeah.
teams will take that and do the same thing.
They're always
think-
trying to give back to the fans.
Yeah. At the end of the
Give
day,
'em
it's
something
about
cool.
the fans.
Give them something cool.
Make them worth coming to a game that's not there, essentially, the watch party.
Well, let's send it over to New York.
New York.
Giant Game 5 tonight at the Garden.
Mm.
3 overtime games in a row in that series, which is
Mhm.
insane.
Yep.
We knew that was going to happen.
Even
these teams.
evenly matched.
Mm-hmm.
Both great coaches.
I called it.
Both hot goalies.
I'm pretty sure. I for sure said that the Panthers. I want them winning the cup, but I could have sworn, at least in my bracket. But I thought we talked about this a few podcasts ago that we said that whoever comes out of the Rangers and Panthers series is winning the cup, and this was before like they were even matched up together.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's still true.
Still
to date.
sticking to that?
Still sticking to that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's too hard to tell. I think the rest of the conference finals and then the finals are going to be, they're going to game 6 and 7 no matter what.
You got your
Yeah.
L. I can't ever pronounce this word. Mater, whatever.
Alma
Alma-
I don't know how to say
Okay.
it.
Alma
Your
mater.
old former, a lot older than you, high school.
Oh, yeah, we had a few classes together.
Who?
Me and Blake Wheeler.
You know, Blake Wheeler went to his high school.
Oh yeah, Breck High School.
Blake Wheeler. Yep. We're alumni together. Actually, I don't even think he graduated from there. I think he went to the USHL after like sophomore year.
He's there for a few credits.
But yeah, good Blake Wheeler, good Minnesota Gopher, pretty good. He was a thrasher. That's how long he's been around.
and
Yep.
a Jet for a while.
Bruin.
Oh,
He was a
Jet for
Bruin.
decade.
He was actually a Bruin, I think, first.
Yeah.
And then a Thrasher, turned to Jet.
He made his career as a Jet fighter.
Yeah, he did a lot for Winnipeg. People
Did he
loved
play
him.
anywhere else before New York? No.
No,
I don't think so.
No,
Well,
but yeah.
But
I
unfortunately,
felt bad what
yeah.
happened.
Felt
It
bad for
happened.
the guy.
Well, the guy hasn't played in a long time.
February.
Injury and scratches, and just hasn't made the roster. And so when that stuff happens, and you get put into a game, there's a lot of pressure on yourself because you want to be able to stay in the game and do something and get in there and prove that you belong. And I didn't quite watch him the whole time. I think he did okay, but there is a spotlight, probably one of the worst things you could possibly do during a game, and that's take a penalty in overtime.
1 minute in.
Yep.
What was the penalty?
Yeah, it was in. I don't even
was
know.
in
Stick
their
Was it a
D
stick
zone.
penalty?
Yeah.
It was one that
D-zone.
a ref shouldn't necessarily call unless it's really obvious, but I never saw it, so I can't
Yeah,
really
it wasn't.
judge it.
It was just, it wasn't like a great penalty either way. But when you're sitting in that box and it's overtime and it's a Stanley Cup final,
Conference
your
final.
Oh, yeah.
your stomach would be turned upside down.
And
It's
then
a skate of shame because Panthers obviously scored on that power play, and then he's got to skate across the bench or to the bench, and
Yeah.
it's a lonely feeling, I'll tell you.
and that power play goal was so tic-tac-toe. Boom.
Yep.
Bar
Sometimes
down.
when that happened too, if I was not even in OT, but just in general, you get a penalty when you're like, all right, I got a penalty in this goal. Like, they can't score. Like, I wouldn't even watch the game. Like, you can't even watch. You just put your head down in the box and just wait for either the cheering from your side or hopefully not something bad.
The longest 2 minutes.
It's so long.
And I think he was only in the box for about 20 seconds.
You
before
know what
the
we should
Panthers
do
scored.
right
On that-
now? Let's, because he'll probably know. He's probably at the skate. Let's text our boy Laz and ask if Wheels is in tonight, because that's something that happens. If you're a bubble guy and you cause some sort of problem during a game, it's like, you're like, I'm done.
Did
Not
Rempe
making
play?
next game.
Rempe?
No, I don't think he did.
Wheeler took his spot.
I believe that was the case, yeah.
Well, on that penalty too, wanted to ask you guys something because the penalty was on a partial breakaway. Was that the overtime one?
It was.
Yeah.
They
and,
could have.
and they were debating whether that was a
Penalty
Good
shot.
penalty or shot.
Oh, okay. I did
Oh,
see that
yeah.
penalty. That was a good penalty to take, Blake. Good job.
Yeah.
It was Barkov. Wasn't it?
Barkov had basically a
Well,
breakaway in
actually,
a sense.
that play came from Zibanejad. I think he passed it up through the middle, and then they went on a breakaway. Because I remember seeing that highlight was kind of on a little bit of a turnover there, and then it resulted in breakaway Wheeler making the trip. So kind of not even Wheeler's fault there, but would you guys rather have
Oh, okay. I'm watching it right
in that
now.
scenario, would you rather have a penalty shot or a power play? Because I think like
power play, I
I
think.
think power play.
yeah, I think power play. I think you're an OT, and
Watching it.
I don't
too.
know, penalty shot. It's tough to say, but I think if I was on the ice and that was my team, I'd be like, put us on the power play.
Yeah, I don't think the penalty shot was warranted.
It was
No.
just like a weird broken play that he was caught as having to be the last man back.
But I
D
think
were very
Barkov would've
wide
scored.
I
spread
think
out.
the team match, because a lot of unconsciously, like if you get scored on because of a stupid penalty, naturally your team's not going to be like too happy. Obviously, they're not going to probably show it to your face, but I think that was a good penalty to take in that sense. With Barkov going down on
It's
a
almost a
breakaway.
2-0 if he wasn't there.
It's tough. I think Igor would have had it.
Well,
we keep
can't
watching
change
it on
history
replay.
now.
He didn't get a shot off.
No.
so-
Whatever. Regardless, it would have been a loss.
Regardless, it's an unfortunate
Well, we got the text
situation.
back.
He
And
is
the thing is,
not.
He doesn't think that he's going to be in the lineup
Oh,
tonight.
poor Blake Wheeler.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Poor
Blake.
Blake.
He made his one game return.
Yeah. If they win the cup, he can officially.
Yeah, he'll be on it still.
Yeah.
That's all
Played
that
his
matters.
game.
Played his game.
Yeah, that's crazy because he was like the best player in Winnipeg.
Yeah.
He's just old. He's old right now.
Well,
Very
he
old.
had a game of speed and power forward. So like that's a
Don't have those anymore.
thing that happens when you get older. Like that's what I've always feared. What's going to happen with McDavid when he gets older?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say with your game.
Oh no, I don't need.
He's lost it a while
I don't
ago.
need that much speed.
You're a skill guy, big skilled defenseman.
Center
Big
now.
Blake. He's been playing since 08-09.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. Good for him. Might be his last year, his last playoff run. May have played his
Probably.
last game.
He's
Cuddy.
actually drafted by the Coyotes.
Oh, few organizations.
5th overall in 2004. So he must have still been a Gopher when he got drafted.
So who's
6'5", 222.
That's big boy, big boy. So who said this quote here? Best play Kreider's made all game.
I don't know who
Cuddy
said it. but
put it in. That was
It was Tkachuk.
the best.
No, I just meant like who on the Panthers said it,
Kreider.
not like here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Tkachuk said that.
Uh,
Got the
I
answer
liked
right.
that play because I like Tkachuk as a player, but I've hated how he does that stupid mouth guard thing ever since I've seen it.
what do you do?
What does
Or
he
what-
do?
Yeah, what's
He
he
Explain
so
it.
he has the mouth guard, which every other player has, and there's a reason why you guys rarely see it when you're watching. But he bites on half of it and hangs the other half across from his mouth, and he just chomps on it all game, no matter what.
You don't
When
like
he's
that?
on the ice, when he's on the bench, and he's sitting there biting it like a beaver who can't stop chewing on a tree.
Kaner used to do that.
Yeah, you
And
don't like
it's-
that?
No,
That's
I
cool.
don't.
It's a skill
I hate
guy.
It.
It's a style
I
thing.
hate it.
So Kreider grabbed the mouth guard out of his mouth and threw it.
Yeah, so then Kreider in there in like a scrum, he took it out right from his mouth and threw it in the crowd.
In the crowd.
I wonder who has it. Someone
Wow.
has to
He
have
He got it back.
Oh, he did?
For some reason he has it
Well,
back.
Disinfected it, and now he's gonna have it back in the game tonight.
Yeah, I saw the headlines talking about how it went into the crowd, and then I saw someone else say that if it did go into the crowd, he would have gotten a penalty for it or something like that. So now, and the fact that you say he got it back makes me think that
It went in.
that it never went in the crowd, because if he got it, I don't think he could have got it
Watch
back.
it.
And
Didn't make it over.
It did make it over. I didn't
people-
see it
and
too.
people probably just wrote that as the headline, as like,
Yeah.
oh, that's so funny. Like he threw it in the crowd.
He just threw it against the glass. Like I don't think he was ever trying to throw it over.
he maybe
just
tried
kinda-
to, and it just hit the glass.
Well,
but
I was fired up. I liked it.
yeah, I think that's so funny.
He,
You don't see that often.
Yeah, he failed. He
But-
would have got a suspension.
So then post game,
Oh,
that's
wow.
when.
What a weird thing, but that's never happened.
It's like,
before.
You
I
think
guess
he would have
you can't-
regretted
yeah,
that after?
Someone's threw a
Is
mouth
throwing the
guard.
mouth guard the same as throwing like someone's stick in the crowd?
Probably. I don't think you can probably throw anything over. Like
Yeah.
glove. Or anything.
Imagine that mouth. If you got that mouth guard though, that would be the coolest.
Yeah,
Thing
to
one of
catch.
one.
Would you wear it out of the arena? Do what he does. But
Yeah, the one half's destroyed.
imagine how bummer of a news that would be after the game. You find out that you're getting suspended for Game 5 because
So-
he threw his mouth guard over.
This says if he actually threw it, it would have been a game misconduct and a 1-game suspension if you throw any part, any object, piece of equipment outside the playing area.
Huh.
So he got lucky.
So it's one of
Wow.
those rules like we
You
were
get
saying
lucky, he
earlier that
can't
you just
throw.
don't know until it happens. Like when the Wild pulled their goalie
Kreider can't throw.
in the regular season. We didn't know
Yeah.
about that rule, but that's another rule that you just know from someone doing it. You don't really
Wow.
know beforehand.
That would have hurt if they didn't have 20 tonight.
Yeah, that would have been tough.
Well,
that
I
rule
mean,
is probably
they haven't,
buried in the book.
From what I've seen, the ESPN reporter, that guy that you mentioned yesterday, I can't remember
Van
his
Pelt?
name. Yeah,
SVP?
He was roasting the Rangers' top three.
Really?
They
what
were-
does he know about us?
they-
Scott Van Pelt
No,
does
they
not
have
watch.
like 4 points between the three of them or something. Like
Oh.
Panarin has 1 assist. Kreider has 1 assist. Like they've done almost nothing
They,
this
they
series.
left him in Carolina. Hey, all their points
Yeah.
are in
They're
Carolina.
locked down. Panthers have got them matched a little bit better.
As Tkachuk said, the Panthers have bought into the style of play that the Panthers have adopted. It's a hard style to play against and a hard style to do. Physical, aggressive,
Well, yeah, you got Paul Maurice,
winners.
the back end there.
Paul Maurice
Kicking
AI
ya.
interview, the best interview ever. That is so funny. Yeah, that's a heck of a game tonight.
Speaking of those AI interviews, I've been seeing. So I don't know if any interview on Twitter that I watch
It's
now
so
is
hard.
real or not, because like these guys out there duping coaches' interviews, and they're putting a fake voice, but it sounds like their voice. It looks so real. So I'm seeing these things, and I don't even watch those now because I don't even.
Oh yeah, I don't.
That's
even
gonna
watch
ruin
them
the
either.
interviews.
I've been seeing them a ton with like the Timberwolves players. Like they're like, especially the series against Denver, because like that's when like Ant and stuff were like really like talking and cocky. So they were just like the interviews were just them just saying this like trashing the other players.
There
and
was
stuff.
one Caitlin Clark AI one.
Oh yes,
that I was
that
dying
one was
laughing
crazy.
at.
That
She
was a
was
whole
so-
TikTok.
They always
edit.
start so calm too, and then towards
they
the
rope
end,
you in.
Towards the end, it's like Caitlin Clark trashing everyone in the league. It's just
Uh-huh.
all AI.
That's gonna affect the whole interviews down the road if it stays the same. It's like just ruins the authenticity of it.
It's comedy, and those people that are making them are probably making a decent amount of money off of them. They probably just have pages of AI interviews that they just remake.
Yeah, it's good. I like it. It's funny.
Yeah.
Makes you think.
There's a Tiger Woods one was pretty funny too when he's talking about him and Phil's rival.
What'd he say?
Well, same as what you said about Caitlin Clark. He's just like complimenting Phil, like how good of a golfer is, and
And
it
he trashes
slowly
him.
turned into him just roasting Phil. That was good.
What did Paul Maurice have to say after this last game, this last win? Did anyone catch
Probably
a
happy with it,
headline?
I guess.
Didn't catch it. I got home from hockey and I watched the Wolves close it out, and then the Panthers score within 5 minutes of each other, and then I turned the TV off.
Yeah. All I know is after Reinhardt scored, the whole team cleared the bench to go celebrate with Bob and Reinhardt, and they pan to the bench, and all you see is the whole coaching staff. They're already like halfway down the tunnel. They were just fired up, shaking all the trainers' hands, and they get out of there quick.
Yep, job's not done.
Job ain't done. Big one. Big win, though.
It's a little battle and a big war.
Speaking of a big win, though, Minnesota's happy, finally.
We brought home a
did it.
title.
We did it.
Yes, that's
We
right.
did it.
The first
That's-
ever Walter Cup champions is
We did it.
PWHL Minnesota.
We did
What
it.
a playoff
Yeah.
series and a
What a
bit
battle.
of a Cinderella story
Yeah,
for
what a
'em.
battle
Underdog.
back.
You know, on our last episode, we said that there's no way that they're going to win in Boston after the fake. They already thought they won it at home.
Uh-huh.
And then to come out and win 3-0 in Boston in Game 5, winner take all. They did it.
Yeah. It was.
And they reverse swept in the first round, which is insanely hard to
Yeah.
do.
It's not funny. Not funny is not the right word, but we worked pretty. We had that one PWHL weekend out in Detroit, so we knew the Boston team pretty well. So it's funny seeing our PWHL Minnesota local team take down
Yeah.
our friends on Boston.
It's a big deal. I mean, after the League 6 round for 100 years, like, they're the first ever
Hey,
champs.
Grab that stick
Yeah.
in the corner there. We
No,
actually have
100%.
a little cool piece here.
Oh yeah,
Maybe-
this is
yeah.
cool.
Look
Now
at
this
that
thing is actually worth
thing.
something
Wow.
a lot.
Champs.
The first ever team. I kind of want to keep this
Inaugural
now.
PWHL. This stick right
Guys.
here got
This is
a lot
crazy,
more
guys.
like important,
Valuable.
valuable.
We have a PWHL Minnesota hockey stick. It's wooden and it's signed by
every player on the team.
whole team. You know, and we're actually going to be giving this away.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't announced it yet, but maybe we will keep it. I'm just kidding. We're definitely giving it away still, and I think this thing is going to be a sick giveaway
Yeah.
prize. So
Them winning the
That
Walter
value spiked
Cup.
right
Yeah,
up.
them winning the Walter Cup made the marketing for this stick so much easier.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to enter for this
champions.
giveaway, you guys stay tuned to our Hockey Guys Instagram page and No Bad, and you can enter and win that thing yourself.
That's cool.
There's
Yeah.
my ad read.
Congratulations, squad.
Good job. Maybe there'll be a parade. That was one thing we were talking about last night after we saw them winning. There's a parade down here in the Minneapolis area. We might have to attend.
Yeah, it'd be cool. A lot
Maybe
of
we-
good support.
We'll be on the float with them. We are champions.
We didn't win.
No. We filmed a few killer videos at their games, though.
Yeah.
We helped it out.
We supported,
Yeah,
but
I
that's
think-
great. They go to Boston and win 3-0 after what happened in Game 4. Way to go, squad. That's great. That's
And
awesome.
Taylor Heisey on the fan club.
Taylor
Fan
Heisey
club
won
bump.
playoff MVP.
Fan club bump. Right, Cud?
She had a big playoffs. Just great. Congratulations. It's our
Stick
squad.
taps.
Stick taps. Stick taps.
So, what's the likelihood that we'll have another Minnesota championship here besides the PWHL team? We got one more in the running right now, currently.
I don't know.
I'm excited to watch the game tonight.
They're down 3-1.
Yep.
We're talking about the Timberwolves right now.
3-1.
Big game at home tonight.
I did get a notification about 10 minutes ago saying, get your tickets for tonight's block party. Right
Really?
now, downtown, howling for Game 5. Wolves are back.
Oh yeah, I'm going to that.
They're having a block party. You going to the game or the block party?
The block party.
Shut up.
With
are you
who?
actually? Nah. He wanted to go. You got him.
Oh.
With who? But it's funny, we were talking about kind of whiteouts and black parties. So Timberwolves are having one tonight.
We'll see. I don't know. That like if you're down 3-0 in the NBA Finals, it's a 154-0 record for the team up 3-0. So
Sometime there'll be a one there. There'll be a one there at some point.
The
it's
odds.
either making history or
Repeating history.
repeating history.
Are you going to be watching it?
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'll be
I only-
watching.
I
You gonna
only
put your
kind of
jersey
tune
on?
in the fourth quarter.
What?
You know, wear your jersey.
I don't have a
Your
Timberwolves jersey.
Rudy jersey.
Would not
If
be
you were a
wearing
player
Rudy
on the Wolves,
jersey.
you would be Rudy.
You'd be Rudy. Who would you if you were to choose a jersey? Would you get Ant?
Yeah.
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 You're kind of the Gobert type.
That's what I was thinking too.
Gilbert.
Defensive player of the year.
14th highest paid player in the league. It's not
Yeah, I'll
bad being
take
Rudy.
it. I'll take it.
That's great life.
Great life.
Except he started COVID.
Yeah.
So, someone tell me about this Pasternak Tkachuk fight thing. What got released and why is
Well,
what info do you have on this thing?
Pasta was on Spit and Chicklets
After
this
winning
past
Worlds.
week, and they asked him about the fight and kind of had him break it down. And essentially, what happened was, I think Tkachuk said, "Let's fight," blah blah blah, and then Pasta's like, "Let's wait till next game," and then it just turned out that like Tkachuk, like, I may be butchering this, but one of them said like, "Let's just do it right now," meaning like the next shift, and so Pasta turned to his coach, got the A-OK from his coach to fight, and then right when Tkachuk got on the ice, Pasta's hopping over the bench, and one of his teammates, I forgot who it was, one of them said, "He's going to come at you fast, be ready." And Pasta, like in the interview when they were talking about the fight, he was like, "Why would you tell me that right before I'm about to go hop on the ice and fight?" Because it like got in his head, you know? And basically Pasta went on to say that it was his second ever fight, and he wasn't used to having to keep your balance for the fight and all that.
Yeah.
Especially against someone like Tkachuk.
So he admitted basically that he got pretty pummeled in that fight.
That's awesome though. It's fun that he can like even share it in that way where he's saying that like, yeah, this was like a funny thing. Like in the moment it's like very serious, but after the fact it's this funny story that you're like, yeah, it was kind of stupid, but
Yeah,
it was
the best
in the
part
moment.
was when he was talking about how right before going on the ice to drop the gloves, he was halfway over the bench, and one of his teammates told him like he's gonna come at you fast, and then Pasta said he's like,
Oh,
"This is my
yeah.
second ever fight in my NHL career, and you're telling me this right before I'm about to do it."
Pasta's living his best life.
Yeah.
Bringing home Worlds in Czech.
He's having a good time, eh?
It's a big deal for, the Czech's a pretty small country. Is it the Czechia?
Republic.
Czech Republic.
That's where I played my went to my pro camp.
Mystery man.
But yeah, in that interview, he was saying like during that whole tournament, like they couldn't really leave their hotel because they're so popular there.
Really?
It's a small country.
That's sweet.
They love their hockey players, so they had their little room. Like they didn't leave, they didn't go out during the tournament, and then they won it at home. And as you can see from the videos, it looks like they had a heck of a time after they won
Yeah.
I
Worlds.
have to watch that.
Just a huge deal for. It's cool to see that tournament still has a big deal for countries, especially in Europe. Like if U.S. or Canada won, people would be like, "Oh, cool, they're supposed to."
Who'd they beat?
Switzerland? I think they were
That's
playing
the
it
problem.
red and white.
I don't even know.
So the U.S. or Canada didn't even make it
Yeah, I
to the
don't.
finals, hey?
no.
Wow.
And that was all the same tournament that Bedard was in.
Yep.
And Okay, because and like you
Wow,
said,
I
it's
really
cool.
didn't hear much about it.
It is cool how it is a big deal for those countries, because I was surprised seeing the celebration and how happy he was, because I always perceived that tournament from Canada as, oh, it's just this fun thing that the guys that didn't make playoffs do, but it's not really a big deal, and I didn't even think anyone cared to win it. But now my perspective on it totally changed when seeing how happy he was, kind of like he won the Stanley Cup.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have thought Czech would ever win it either.
Yeah, it's cool to see a country like that win in Prague, win at home. The people are happy.
Yeah,
Czech players are popular. They had a heck of a parade and speed. It was literally a Stanley Cup celebration.
I think Yager was the coach.
He was the player.
He was part of the team somehow. He was
Yeah,
like a
100%
GM or
would have
operations or
been.
something.
Who else would have been on that team?
Is Chara? Is he a Czech guy too?
I think.
If you look on their
so.
roster, I'm sure there'll be some surprising names that we
I'll see the
like
lineup
have
here.
definitely heard of
Yeah.
before.
Well, the
but
funny
just didn't
thing, and that's the
realize.
funny thing, Canada and U.S., you would know
Gudis.
every player.
Gudis,
Gudis is on the team. Gudis is living the best life
Andre
too.
Palat.
Zaka, couple
Zaka.
Boston guys, Netches, Comp,
No way.
Kubalik.
Natchez is a Czech. He's a Carolina. He's good. Martin
Yeah, and
Natchez.
they beat Swiss. You're right. And all they had was Fiala, Heischer, Niederreiter.
Yep, he's sure.
What a
Siegenthaler.
final.
They had Roman Yossi.
Oh yeah.
Kind of going back to what Will was saying, like all those players that you just listed off, I'm sure they like since the countries are so small, those guys all like if they go back home for the country, I'm sure they skate with one another and have known each other for so long, just being the best players out of their country.
Yeah, and Pasta actually had the game winner in the third period. Both goals were in the third, and then they scored an empty net. But so yeah,
Very
good for
nice.
him.
Very nice.
Made something great out of the after losing.
Yeah, I'm going to have to tune into
Did
that.
you see Swayman?
No.
He just casually ran a half marathon like this past weekend in his off season.
Damn, good for him.
Yeah.
Where?
Dialed.
I don't know where it was.
I
It was
saw
somewhere in
some-
the States, but he
Grandma's.
just, he just ran.
Duluth.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah. Not Paul Maurice didn't think so. He's a cocky guy from that AI interview.
Yeah, he ran the I don't know what it was.
What
Maybe
do
it
you
was the
run
New
then?
York half or something like that, but he just picks it up after hockey and goes for a run.
Yeah, I wonder if he did
Goalies.
that for just for a workout or if he did that for a fundraiser thing, because it's a kind of an untypical thing to just do right after you're done your thing, because not a lot of hockey players train through long distance running. It's not like the most common,
Especially goalies.
and goalies.
Yeah.
So I don't personally know, honestly, like no hockey players that run. It's just never part of our
Chara.
training thing.
Chara's
Chara
a
ran a
runner.
marathon. Yeah,
Marathons. He runs them all the
he
time.
runs them all the time.
I think we talked about it on the show once before, but one of the most unique off-season programs is like Brent Burns.
Yeah.
What does he do?
He does like army training.
He's like a kid. He's like, there's a funny name
He
he
like
calls
shoots
it.
guns and hikes and weight vests and rucks and
Granimal. He's like a
that's what he
granimal.
does in the summer, and then skates.
So
He doesn't do like the
I think
typical hockey jump
he has this
workouts. and
big pimped out like Sprinter van that because he's got a bunch of kids too. So they use that van as like going to explore different parts of the U.S. and he brings all his workout equipment on this van, but it's like a bunch of abnormal stuff.
run through the desert and use sledgehammers. And
Super cool. It's a really cool way to think about it, because I guess, if your job, you play hockey, part of your job is working out in the summer, and you're doing that for 20 years. It's like you might as well make that thing that's your job in the summer be enjoyable, or else you're just stuck with like working out in the gym
Right.
a certain way that's like signing up for a job that, yeah, it makes you good money, but I have to do this thing now that I don't like, when I could choose to like do an enjoyable workout.
Yeah. Like it's such a big thing when you see the videos of guys training. Like a bunch of guys come to Minnesota to train in the summers. A bunch of guys go to that BioSteel
Lake.
camp in Toronto, and they're just running sprints on the field and
Yeah.
things. But Brent Burns has been playing for damn near 20 years, and he just
Yeah.
does
Having
this
fun.
by himself.
And I
Having
think
fun
that
with
on
it.
the training side, that part of like training or not training is a big chunk of it. But if you all the guys are training, it's like a small sliver of what type of training you do will really affect the type of player you become when you're already that good. Like when you already have the skills, you already are like really good on the ice. And then that's when I think like the way McDavid's maybe doing something at BioSteel, or he's doing this rucksack, walking, hiking, heavy, like whatever that is like 2 to 5% of probably the final outcome. And if it's more fun, it's like, why not do it that way?
Yeah, travel around. I mean, I think a lot of like from all those, when those videos of going to visit someone in the off season, like a player going through a day of their life or whatever. I remember watching a few of the guys, and I think it was Yossi and Fiala actually, and most of their day was like they shot some pucks and then they played like paddle, or tennis or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure they do a lot more than that, but they're just enjoying it, being athletes.
Yeah, super important.
Good for Burnsy though. Hopefully he has a fun time rucking around this summer at his zoo.
What would be the type of training you would do if you had one unique category like that,
I don't know.
and you had to do that as a
Like something
player?
unorthodox.
Water skiing.
Well, maybe your favorite type would be the way McDavid would be, and that's
Yeah.
what you would choose. But let's just say you would be the same. You have to train, and you'd be just as good at hockey no matter what.
Yeah. I think I'd want to do something different than what you do throughout the whole seson, which
I'd
would
like to do like
be
a
out of a
CrossFit.
hockey gym. That's what I would like to do.
You do CrossFit, Frizz?
Yeah, CrossFit. I think I like them that they're usually shorter. They're like more high intensity and shorter, and you kind of do like you can do like partner workouts or like competition stuff within like your group, which think would be kind of just more interesting, maybe more competitive.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
What do you do?
I would do the TJ Oshie Brainerd camp that I did when I was a kid. Used to have fun with it. You
Minnesota
ever do
hockey
that?
camps?
Yeah, it's like Herb Brooks Minnesota hockey camps, I think it was.
At Breezy Point?
Breezy Point, yeah.
Never did it.
You do like a little workout in the morning.
Or Heartland Hockey?
Go hang out at the lake, and then it's fun.
that'd be great. I would like to just be outside,
Uh-huh.
whatever it is.
Yeah. Water ski. It's a good workout.
Water ski.
Good on
I
the
seen
legs.
TJ Oshie skate at that some rink up in Breezy Point or Brainerd or something in the summer. It's cool.
Yeah.
You just look out there and it's like 5 top notch. This is when he was on the Blues, like just sick NHLers, and then
Mhm.
they just go to like ride the pontoon the rest of the
Yeah,
day.
he's got a really nice
just normal
house
dudes.
on it's Gull Lake there. It's huge. Boated past it. Didn't see him outside though.
I know what Cuddy would be doing.
You'd be carrying milk pails.
He'd be farming and golfing.
That's a good combo.
Put the bag away until September. Come to training camp.
Skate at midnight.
Yeah, they commute 4 hours to get some ice.
Maybe that's why we're not there. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. There's going to be a heck of a weekend of hockey coming up, so we'll have a giant episode next week. There might be a team done. Could be. If you had to pick one team that loses out this weekend, who would it be?
Dallas Stars.
Rangers.
I'm gonna hope for Dallas.
Because there'll be a game Thursday and Saturday for the East, and Friday and Sunday. Yeah.
Well, we're gonna be recording on Tuesday too.
Yeah, because of
We're
the
gonna be
Dells.
in the
Oh,
Dells. Going to a water park this week or on Monday, everyone. So we're gonna be ripping up and down the slide. It's gonna be a great time. Will's excited.
It should be good. Yeah. Anyone else? Anyone got anything? We'll see you on
Peace.
Wednesday.